Welcome to Dementia Friendly Prince George's County, Maryland, Northern Sector webinar series for caregivers. Today's topic is Unbreakable Caregiver through a Lego-themed workshop for caregivers, sponsored by Prince George's County Government and the Department of Family Services. I will pass it on to Ms. Loretta.
All right. Thank you so much, Pamela. I really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We only have a couple people, so I'm hoping a couple more people show up. But if not, we will make do with what we have. Pamela, I should have asked you this before. Do you have Lego bricks by any chance?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
All right. You are ready. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I'll put your name down, too. Well, as Pamela said, I have had the pleasure of speaking all over the United States in person and virtually. And one of our loves, all-time loves, are Lego bricks, and you'll get to learn a little bit more about that as we go through. So what we're going to do as we go through, I see Monica has arrived as well. Welcome, Monica. You're right on time. So what we're going to do tonight is, get to know each other a little bit as we play. I'm going to give you a brief overview of what Lego Serious Play is and how it came about. I'm also going to guide us as we build our models with our Lego bricks, and we're going to share what we built with each other. But more than anything else, our goal is to have some fun. We could use fun in our lives right now, right? I think that would be all true for each of us. And if you want to put a little introduction about yourself in the chat, please feel free to do that. And we're using GoToMeeting. Not everybody's used to that. I practiced a little bit as before you all got on, just to make sure how to share my screen and not share my screen, because I want to see you all when we start building so that we can see everything. But just remember, same thing as Zoom and some of the other platforms we've been using since COVID invaded our lives. If you are not talking, just remember to keep yourselves on mute. And that should really be all we need to talk about. And so the Lego story for us is pretty interesting. Let me see. Oh, a second. Okay. The story for us began years ago in 2006. My mom was diagnosed with dementia when she was 77 years old. And then in 2014, that was the first year that she no longer remembered who I was. However, we had this lifelong bond through Lego bricks from some early gifts that I had gotten from her as a child, and so that was able to keep our communication alive. And I'll say a lot more about that as we go through our little fun time. And then, as Pamela stated, unfortunately, my mother did not see her 93rd birthday, which would have been a couple weeks ago on February 18th. And she died on January 31st with me by her side. When she was diagnosed, one of the things that I said is, we would be there till the end. And we certainly did that. And she was playing with her Lego bricks all the way up until the day before she died. So that tells you how much she was in love with that. So pretty cool from that standpoint. I will absolutely miss her terribly, but the legacy that we have started both with Lego bricks and play, I think will live on for a while. And just a little teeny bit about the Lego Corporation, because it'll make more sense to you as we go by. And if some of us don't know that Lego is not a United States company, it was started by Ole Kirk Christiansen in Denmark. In 1932, and I don't know what this guy was doing, but he didn't name the thing for 3 years. I don't know what it took him 3 years to come up with a name, but boy, what a name he came up with. It comes from two Danish words, leg and gut. And in English, those two words mean to play well. And, I would say not only my mom and I, but me and a whole lot of other people have been playing really well with Lego bricks. Whether folks have dementia or they're caregivers or whatever the story, I've been making it all work. And so it turns out, even though it took them 3 years, the name's pretty good. And, one of the reasons that we are here tonight is that one of the other things Lego did was create something called Lego Serious Play. So 2 things happened in 1999 for them. First, they were named the toy of the century. How cool is that? But here's the thing, they wanted more than being the toy of the century. They wanted to be the #1 toy company in the world, which at the time belonged to Mattel, those Barbie people. And so what they spun off some people who had been at Lego for 30 years or so, and they created Lego Serious Play to look at how to improve their internal processes in the hope that they could overtake Barbie at some point, and which eventually they did. What was interesting is it took them a while. They didn't do it until 2014 when the first Lego movie came out, but they did do it. And the reason I'm telling you that story is I think there are really two great lessons that we as caregivers can take away from that. And first is, we can always make improvements. We might be the best, caregiver we can be right now, but there's always, room for just a little bit of improvement. And sometimes we have to look inside ourselves to see that. And, these play sessions that I have been doing for the last several years allow us to reflect, to recharge, and to become unbreakable. How about that? I love the title of that. The Krista Beatty picked that title for us to focus on tonight. It is really cool too. And so when my mom no longer mentioned who I remembered who I was in 2014, I had always been looking at this course, and it is called a facilitation course for Lego Serious Play. That is my graduation class you're looking at. Is one of the hardest courses I ever took. It was a week long, and I learned how to facilitate, not only to get people to have fun, but to learn lots of things in the process. So I had an in-person class in 2014, but then when COVID arrived, I learned how to teach it online, which is why we're here tonight. So I got that in November of 2022. So people always ask me, is this a real thing? It really is a real thing. I'm probably the only Lego instructor you ever met though, right? And I'm happy to fill that role for you. So now, what is Lego Serious Play anyway, and what in the world are we about to do? Vanessa's all excited. She poured her Legos out already to work with Vivian. So here's what we're going to be doing. Lego Serious Play has 4 parts. Pretty simple. I'm going to give you a task. You are going to build something with your Lego bricks that reflects that task for you. Then you're going to share with our group what you built, and then we're going to reflect. I'm going to sort of give an overview of what we heard in our sharing. And one of the reasons that Lego Serious Play is such an amazing methodology is that, it really helps us listen more effectively. I became a much better listener once I became a trained facilitator in this method. So it's a really cool tool, and I hope that you have a really good time. Now, so how are we going to make these Lego bricks come alive to what you want them to be? Well, we are going to use metaphors. And whenever I ask a kid what a metaphor is that you use one thing to mean something else. And yes, that is so true. What a good definition. So you see that green brick on the screen? It is one of the probably most well-known bricks in Lego's library of bricks. It is what is known as a 2x4. It is the most popular brick. Now, you might think that's a green brick. That might be all it looks like to you. But what if I were to tell you it's an organization looking to grow? How about that? So you're going to be using your own metaphors and unlocking your imaginations to build. And when it's your turn to speak and share what you built, whatever you tell us your bricks are, we're just going to cheer for you and say, okay. And so what I have found, I've been doing this, since 2014, and the last 2 years, I've been primarily focusing on caregivers. I think, COVID stole so much from us. So I've been trying to rebuild people in essence. And so what I have learned is that listening to each other's stories really are uplifting for the entire group. And I hope that when we get done, you'll feel the same way about that as well. So I hope you have your bricks somewhere handy. If not, run and get them real quick. If you have them, go ahead and open up your bag. You have a bag of bricks called Loretta's Inspiration Bricks with my little picture on the front. And inside that bag, you have 45 pieces and 2 little Lego people. So I hope that will suffice for what we're going to do now. There's also a black piece in your bag that when you combine it with 2 little gray pieces, it will spin. Here is the black piece, if you can see that in my camera. It looks like it has spokes coming out of it. And then there are two gray pieces that look like they have a little pole coming out of them. They're two different pieces, two different gray pieces that have that. And if you put those two pieces together and click it together, check that out, the black piece spins. How cool is that? So if you want to reflect something that is spinning or has motion, there are three pieces in here who can help you, that can help you do that. So that's really the only thing. Yes.
I only have one little gray piece.
Well, that'll work.
One little person, so I don't know, but
how did you get cheated? I tell you. Well, can you make the piece spin? Did you find the black piece that goes with it? Wait a minute.
So you put it on this, you can
snap it together.
Snap these two together and it will spin.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm not good at it. It's clicking, but
hold it up so I can see it.
Okay, so
all right, so just see the black hole, just look, watch this, and just put it together like that.
Oh, in the middle? Oh, wow.
Now spin it. There you go, sweetie. So if you want to illustrate, whatever you're going to be building, if you want to use that to indicate some motion for you and Vivian, you certainly can do that. And so I just want to give you a minute to kind of look at, what you have in your bag. I'm gonna just send you another person because you got cheated. But the first thing we're going to do is to give you a little practice task before we get into the unbreakable part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and I want you to build a bridge. 2 minutes, and I want you to build a bridge. And those of you who came on just a little teeny bit after we started, what we're going to do when we get ready to share, we'll go around and then you can introduce yourself. Now, Vanessa, you're unmuted, right?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and just introduce yourself before you start on your bridge. Go ahead and introduce yourself and your mom, and then we'll introduce the rest of the people when we start.
Okay, I'm Vanessa, and this is Vivian, my mom, 85, and I'm her primary caregiver. We live together, and we just finished dinner, so we thought we'd take time here to, have a little fun after dinner.
All right, well, that's perfect. We are thrilled that you are here. Okay, so everybody else out there, let's see, I saw the name Donald pop up. Pamela, you're here, and Monica is with us as well. So I want you to go ahead and take your bricks in front of you and build a bridge. And remember, as you're building, don't sit there and just look at the bridge. I want you to think with your hands tonight. Think with your hands. I know you're all intelligent people with a really big brain, but tonight I just want you to use your hands. I'm gonna give you the 2 minutes to build your bridge, and then you can tell us the meaning of your bridge when we get done. So we'll go around the screen and everybody will have a chance to share. So I got my little countdown clock on, and I will tell you when the time is up. So happy building, and I'll be right back.
Mom, are you gonna help me?
Is she gonna put on a piece?
Mom, you wanna put on a piece? All right. We're gonna build a bridge.
Yes.
I need some help, Mom. You need some what? I need some help with this bridge.
You need some what? She said, you need some what? That's right, she can do it. She can put one piece on it, and then there's a couple of little poles with little green things too that you can make a flag. So some people use a little flag on their bridge. So as you look at your pieces, just get an idea, click some things together, and see which pieces work really well with other pieces. And then one of the things I'm going to need you to do as we get going is you're either going to have to hold your piece up that you built to the camera so everybody can see it, or turn your camera down toward wherever your model is sitting so we can all see it as you're explaining it. And I hope that makes sense. So when I want to show you something, I hold it right up to my camera so you can see. So you just need to do the same thing and tell us what you built, and we'll do that. So I'm gonna give you like 30 more seconds, and then we're gonna do the bridge sharing. So let me see who else we have on here. So,
Let's go. Can I help me? Here.
she said, I'm going to just look and see what you're doing. So we have Kimaya, Donald, woohoo, me, and Monica. Okay, perfect. My mom is in. Oh, how about that? Cool.
Okay, get me. Yeah.
All right. All right, so let's see. So Pamela, I'm going to start with you to see if you can set the bar high for us. So I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute so that we can see everybody on here. And I'm gonna view everyone. Look at us. Look at us. So Pamela, why don't you unmute yourselves and show us your bridge and tell us the story about your bridge, if you will.
Yep, so this is my bridge. It's kind of, yeah. Let's just imagine it's like two roads going this way and that way. But my idea of coming up with this bridge, it reminded me of how I grew up in Kenya and like just going from the village side to the city, especially where my grandmother lives currently. There's a lot of bridges in that area, so yeah, I just wanted to mimic that structure. So.
That is awesome. And I want you to take a picture of that too. And I would encourage all of you to take pictures of whatever you build so you'll be able to remember this evening. That's fantastic. Can we give Pamela a hand? That was
Great job.
really was cool. Really was cool. So Donald, do you have bricks? Okay, all right. Cool. Well, I hope you enjoy watching what we're doing here. All right, well then let's see who else do we have here. Let's see. Monica, would you like to go next? And you can unmute yourself.
Okay, so hey everybody. So this is my mom over here. She building her bridge. This is what she got so far.
So tell us about the bridge that you built.
You want to tell them about your bridge?
No, I'm just starting.
She got a little bridge, but she don't have too many words, so her bridge is small.
Okay, that works. And what is mom's name?
Evangeline Perry.
Evangeline. I love that name. Well, thank you for the small bridge, Evangeline. I love it. Love it. And Monica, show us yours.
Wait a minute, I did mine. It was
Beautiful.
a big bridge, right? It's over the water and everything. It's a bridge over troubled water. I was singing the song. And then I'm over here on the top as the victor because I'm getting it done.
Oh, I absolutely am trying to get a picture of that. Hold on. That is, let's see if I got it. Hold on one second. That is very awesome.
And you see my little fancy hat I got on and everything. My church lady hat? No.
That hat
got me.
The hat is killing it.
This is Kimaya's.
Oh, look at, you got the whole family. Wait a minute, let me take a picture of that.
The button.
You got the whole family here tonight.
She got the victory on hers.
He does. I love the flag. Let's give y'all a hand. That is fantastic. What is the meaning of that bridge? Is there a meaning to that bridge?
Was it a meaning to your bridge?
What is your bridge about?
What was your bridge about?
You're like, oh no, that's all right.
She's just creative, so that was the creativity in her to build the bridge.
That works for me. That absolutely works for me. All right, thank you so much. All right, so let's see. Then that leaves Vanessa, right? Let me see. Let's see who's talking. All right, Vanessa, you want to unmute yourself? There you go.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know if you can see it, but I had the same kind of thought about a bridge over troubled waters. It's
Look at that.
kind of plain and simple, but it's a basic bridge with a guy here. I guess it's a guy or girl.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
And then as I was sitting here, Mom put something together. I don't know if you can see her little bridge. That's Mom's creation.
Let me get a picture. Mom. Can you move Mom's a little to the right? Let me see if I can get it.
Like I can move you mean
move the
camera
a little bit.
Let's see. Okay, let me see. I think that is cool. All right, I can see it now. Let's see. How cool is that? I love it. All right, my little camera thing is trying to act up 1 second. This is so cool. Thank you, Mom, for that bridge. Can we give them a hand for the 2 bridges? Okay, see, look at that practice round. Okay, so let me say something about the bridges. One of the things that I love about this methodology is the fact that we can generate all kinds of memories with the things that we build. So we saw not only people going home in terms of Pamela, who had memories of growing up in Kenya, and then we had people that were maybe more life focused and caregiver focused. The bridge over troubled water. A lot of trouble out there right now. In the nation, in the world, we're still dealing with COVID and all that kind of stuff. So I loved the 2 concepts of bridge over troubled water, and they were packaged really differently. Very cool. And so one of the things I want you to think about as well is that we all have the same bricks, same pack of bricks, but look at how different our bridges are. And so, we're all just such distinct individuals, and, we have our own, views of all things important to us. So thank you for doing your practice task of the bridge. So you ready for your first real task? And remember, our topic is the unbreakable caregiver. So, we have shared and all of that. We did our meaning of the bridge. We did our reflection. And now we are ready for our first real task. And that is, I want you to build a model that represents, in terms of caregiving, and some of you have your family members with you. I want you to build a model that in caregiving, or in Pamela, in your life, what is it that pushes you to the breaking point? And I want you to build that. And remember, you're building in metaphor. So whatever you tell us you're building, we're going to say, okay. And this time, I got a little countdown clock for you. So when the 3 minutes are up, you'll hear a little thing. I'll tell you when you have a minute left. So put just a little bit of thought in there, but don't sit around looking at your bricks. I want you to start clicking some bricks together so that you can come up with what is your challenge that sort of pushes you to the breaking point in caregiving or whatever else is dominant in your life, okay? Because this is the unbreakable caregiver. So you have 3 minutes to do that and get started, and then we will share our models. So go for it. Play a little bit of music for you, some jazz on the subject.
Miss Loretta.
Yes.
This is Monica. I was a little bit distracted. Give me the assignment again.
Okay, you are building a model of what represents, what pushes you to the breaking point when it comes to caregiving. Make a model that represents what is it that pushes you to the breaking point of caregiving.
Okay.
That could be a lot of things, lack of sleep, whatever it is in your life that, just build whatever it is that represents that for you.
Okay.
Okay. And we can give you a little bit more time since you're just getting started with the assignment. So we only have a few people, so we're just, we're in no hurry. So you can take a little bit longer. I want to make sure you have adequate time to build what it is that you want to share with us. All right, how we doing? Y'all almost there? Good? Almost there. And Monica, you got a lot of help. So you got a whole lot of people building at your house. I'm loving you. Pamela's looking like, okay, that's cheating. She got other people. Pamela's like, okay, I'm by myself. Hey, Monica got reinforcements. I love it when the whole family shows up. That works for me. Works for me. And I'm trying to see Arlene. Arlene, are you building? I can't really see. Yeah, let me see. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing so we can, and take a picture of the stuff you're building too, because this is important stuff. So time to share what it is about the breaking point. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing so I can see y'all. Put you up on the screen. Monica, look at your heart. Look at that. So Pamela, you're smiling. I think that means you're ready. Are you ready to share, Pamela? You're like, oh my God, what did I get myself into tonight?
No, I can go ahead.
Tell us what you got for us, my friend.
Trying to stick it. Okay.
Okay.
Well, for me,
oh, look at that.
Yeah. So I have someone here, and then there's a wall kind of and like a canopy kind of over their head. And then behind the wall, it's someone with the heart over their head, basically like trying to show love to them.
Wow.
So for me, in terms of caregiving, I love my nieces and nephews. So whenever they try to build against me and be mad and not trying to, tell me why they may be upset about something, it frustrates me. So yeah, this like represents the wall that they build between me and them. So
now that is cool. So hold it real still for a second, and I can let me take a screenshot of your little, that is the coolest thing ever. Love it, love it, love it. Can we give her a hand? That was fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. All right, let's see. Let's go back to our little screen here. All righty, Miss Monica, you ready, girl? You can unmute yourself.
Okay, so I
Let
don't
me
know.
put you big on the screen. Hold on. Go ahead.
So,
Oh, look at that.
mine is a little different. This view is not good.
No,
So,
hold it right there. That's perfect right there, right where you are. That's perfect. That is perfect. All right, let's see. All right, go
and I
ahead.
kind of want to like sit it up a little bit. Oh shoot! But my person is laying down because I'm tired. My person is tired, and
Yes.
see, it's like this little heart up here, right?
Yes.
So I put X on it because sometimes my heart is broken, and then some people can't see me, so I put the eyes there with the X on top.
Go ahead, girl, with the eyes. Those eyes are worth something, I'm telling you.
And then so I think like this other little part over here was like a barrier, because sometimes I put up a barrier because it's so much going on.
Wow, that is fabulous, my friend. Give her a hand for that. That's fabulous. Anybody else in the room with you want to share?
So mom is this building,
Look at mom.
Thing over here.
I'm loving me some moms.
She's being creative with the Legos.
I love mom. Oh, look
She
at
can't
her.
really explain it all what it means, but she got it going. She got it going on.
Oh, okay, wait a minute. I think I got it. Hold on one second.
She's happy and excited about it too.
She's happy. We're going to give mom a hand. That is fabulous. You go, girl. I'm loving it.
Girl.
I'm so proud of her. Proud of her. Okay, so that leaves Vanessa.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I just had to.
No worries. No worries. There y'all. Let's see. Hold on.
I think mom's dozing off. She's getting a little tired.
Okay,
Mine, well, it started out trying to build like a wall. Sometimes it feels like, I don't know, there's so many barriers to support.
Oh.
So, I mean, I think it's overkill. I just kind of got a little carried away. So
I love it. No, that is a great reflective. And I like the different colors because you used, you showed the multiple kinds of barriers.
And some of it's out of I mean, sometimes you try to set up a good support system, but there just seems sometimes to be so many barriers to getting that care, that support that you need. And being a single, you're doing this on your own, and in order for you to get some relief, sometimes you have to rely on others, and it just seems to be so many barriers. If they're not internal barriers, they're external barriers. It's so complicated finding good help, and when you do find good help, sometimes it just conflicts in time. And so I don't know, that's just kind of my version of what it looks like and feels like seeking support in the caregiving role sometimes.
Can we give her a hand for that?
I thought about my heart, because at the base of it is my heart. But I had already started building, so I couldn't go back and take part because I was running.
You could have gone back, and just hold on to that heart. And one of the reasons, Lego does make kits for this, but when I started doing caregivers, I bought 500 hearts because I think, we give love and we need love, as caregivers. And so that's absolutely, why I did that. I think that is just, so important, for us. So, all right, cool. Give her a hand. That was fabulous. All right, let me go back to sharing here. Let's see. All right, let's see what we got. Oops. Screen share. There we go. All right, so let's see. That's the slide. Okay, cool. So I loved the stories. Now listen to the one word each of you shared. We heard barriers from everybody. Barriers were different sizes. They were different colors. And they all represented different things. Look at the colors that we saw. We had a lot of barriers stacked up. Some of them were real small, some of them were big. I love the use of the words internal and external. And the part about the heart broken, I think that's cool. And having your minifigure laid down to represent you're just tired trying to do this on your own. And I love Pamela's with her nieces and nephews, and they try to put the barrier up, but she gets around it and makes them laugh and all that. And that is a fabulous description. So I thank you all for putting so much thought into that. And this is one of my favorite pieces. I do a lot of Lego art. And this piece actually bends in all kinds of directions. And the reason why Crystal Beatty decided on this topic was, as caregivers, we bend a lot, but I just want you to see this doesn't break apart at all. And that's what we're trying to get to tonight. So I am so impressed with your stories about what pushes you to the breaking point. So thank you so much for that. And, I think a great reflection on that is I give you all so much credit for recognizing, where these barriers are. I love the example of, when, we got to go to the family members and we want to get some help, just to take a break or something. Sometimes that can be hard too. So I love the part that you are very aware. I do this sometimes and people are not aware what some of the barriers are in their life. So you all went right for it, and I really appreciate that. And you did a phenomenal job. So take some pictures of your models if you haven't done so. And that brings us to model number 2. Now, this is we kind of start with the negative and go to the positive. So this time, what I want you to do is I want you to build whatever change it is you need to make to help avoid some of those barriers. If you were in charge of anything you possibly could have as a caregiver, what kind of change would you make to sort of make it so you can avoid the breaking point that you just talked about? So we're going to build something positive. What is a strategy and what change that you could come up with to try to avoid the breaking point? And think about, all the things in your life, your family, your jobs, whatever other things that you have that might be doing that. And remember, just think with your hands. I'm going to turn your little clock on, and you have 3 minutes. So take your time. Like I said, it's just a few of us. We can have some fun and take our time. And this time you're building, whatever change it is you need to make, or maybe seek another resource or whatever it is for you. And we have a total of 3 rounds, so this is round number 2. Great job, fabulous job on round number 1. Absolutely fabulous job. Pamela, and Mike. And I love that Mom is building. She make me smile. And you got a minute left. All right. So turn the music off. All right. So great job. Take a picture of your model if you'd like to do that. And we're going to share. So we'll stop sharing the screen so I can see your fabulous faces. Fabulous faces. And let's see. Let's see everybody. Monica, why don't we start with you this time? So what strategy you gonna come up with to sort of overcome the barriers you talked about earlier? And you got to unmute yourself too. There you go.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I did. What I did was I used the bright colors because, you know, like it symbolizes like sunshine and smiling and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I did instead of building up, everything is low to the ground because I'm trying to space. And then I put the flags on the end for victory.
Yes.
And
you're gonna have some victory.
I put the heart because my heart will be open, and then I put the little hand up because he's shouting because he's starting to put himself first.
Oh my God! Did you just say put yourself first? Oh, I'm so proud.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh! I'm so that. Can we give her a? That is. Oh man! I absolutely.
Mama laughing at me.
I know, right? I love Mama. I tell you, that is cool. Thank you, Monica.
She added the little man to hers. She is not playing. She's like a whole a Lego artist. Okay.
Yes, look at Mama. Oh, I'm loving her.
Over here. Look, she ain't even nod at all. She ain't even nod off over the head. We about to be doing Legos all day, every day, okay?
I'm taking her home with me. I love her.
She's having a good old time over here.
You go, Mom. Thank you so much. Okay, Vanessa, what you got over there? Thank you so much. That was fabulous. Oh my gosh. And just unmute yourself.
Okay, so I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I need to. I took away so many of the barriers and tried to focus on one or two things.
Whoa.
And to make it less complicated. And here again, this is me taking charge of things, being more in control. And I just stuck the eyes there, trying to say I'm going to look for other resources, look in other areas for help. So
let me grab it. That is so cool.
But yeah, just kind of it makes it, you know, with just a smaller, it's easier to attack and focus on. But I guess that's kind of the way you have to look at it in order to.
Yeah, that's fabulous. That is absolutely fabulous. I thank you. And you got your little victory. I love it. That is so cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God.
She's not participating much, but she's not asleep.
That's all right. She's taking it all in. That's what I'm saying. There you go. Miss Pam. Thank you, ma'am. Miss Pamela. Oh, that's so cool. Let me just make her bigger here. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so for me, kind of similar to what Miss Vanessa had, I tried to keep all like the red and pinkish colors at the top, realizing that even with the eyes of like the resources being around, I just have to go and seek them. That people are always willing to be there to help someone in the process of caregiving. So yeah, just not alone. And then I just put like a plant here, like a flower, someone planting what they
that's
I love the flower because, you know, I think That was fabulous. Give her a hand, please. That was just absolutely fabulous. Now here's the thing. Let me go back to the scary. One of the things I think we learn from this is, again, when we come back to reflecting, I think, let me show everyone for a second. I think, one of the things we learn about ourselves is that when we have to find a solution, we do. And I think we've always been able to do that, and especially, you get a group of women together and they're going to find, some sort of solution. So I think that is so cool that we were able to do that. So, when I talk about a reflection of, what you all have built, when I think of this round, look at what almost everybody took stuff off. You had all these barriers, and then Pamela added color and she added flower for growth. I loved the eyes used in this because you took down the barriers and then you're looking, you put the eyes up there to look for more resources. I also love that you made, go flat, meaning, I'm gonna try to take like one piece at a time and not just be so overwhelmed by all the things. Once you took a couple of those layers off and a couple of the colors, it looks so much more manageable. So one of the things I want you to think about as, we kind of wind up to the last round here tonight is, think back to that, especially if you took a picture of it. How are you going to dismantle some of those barriers in the future so you don't break into pieces? You are fabulous at identifying what some of the things are that take you to the breaking point. So now, now that you have a couple of changes that you might want to make to avoid the breaking point, if you save those and do that, you're going to be outstanding. And you can always do some, my friends call this Lego therapy. They just come over sometime to build with me. And so that's always, fun too. I think that is just so, awesome. And I did a little heart, it kind of stands up on the pole. Whenever people put barriers up in my way, I certainly do whip out my little heart to, make sure I don't say anything inappropriate or anything and just kind of go with it. So, knocking the barriers down however we can. That was absolutely fabulous. I just love you guys. This is cool. And then you have one last task. And I don't know if this is why Crystal came up with this topic, but I want you to, build something that represents you as the unbreakable caregiver. What does that look like to you? What is your superpower? Build yourself as unbreakable. Nobody can touch you as a caregiver. So go ahead and build that. That's our last assignment. I can't wait to see these things that you build. My mother got the name Wonder Woman because they kept telling us she was going to die. She was in hospice. They told us she had days to live. She lived 10 months. So clearly she didn't get the memo that she was dying. So we had 10 bonus months with her. So everybody named her Wonder Woman on Facebook, and people still talk about her and her legacy and all that stuff. So she was my Wonder Woman, will always be. And so I want to see what your superpower is. So I look forward to your last builds of the night, and then we will share. So turn your clock on one last time and go for it. Y'all are fabulous at this. I have to say, this is awesome. And Mama, I'm gonna just take her home with me because she was just building all kinds of stuff. She could go on the road with me. So build out.
You better be careful what you ask for, because she sure will go on the road. Are you ready to go on the road with the Legos?
Yeah. Look, I have my RV whose name is Joy, and I've been, that's my retirement gig. I go and drive around and help people build their bucket list and build joy and all that stuff. So Mama can ride with me. She can ride with me. So funny. I love her. Love her. I know I dropped the piece on the floor somewhere. There it is. Drop a piece. Now, who knew Lego therapy was a thing? I'm telling you. It feels so much better. And you got a minute left. You can have more if you need it. But y'all are so good, you might not need it. All right, and if you want to take a picture of what you built, I'm gonna have everybody hold theirs up when we get to the end so I can see everybody's at the same time. So this time, let's see, let me pull up the little screen here. Why don't we start this time with Miss Pamela? So let me unshare so we can do.
I'm not done yet. Can I go second?
You can. You can. Let me go back. Let's see. Miss Monica, you ready?
Almost, but I'll go.
Well, you can finish up. If you're not ready, you can. If you need to add a couple more pieces, you can.
Okay, I'm just adding a couple more pieces. I'll be ready in a second.
Okay, no worries. We got time.
Okay.
You don't want
I'm about to. Let me go ahead and go because, okay, so basically what I did was I put myself on the mountaintop.
Oh, wait a minute. Mountaintop.
Yeah, because now I done learned all the skills and everything. So it's sort of like, you know, the Olympics. I didn't have the other people to put on the sides because I got a team, but I ain't had the pieces. So, but I'm the one in the first place because, you know, I'm on all the seminars, I'm attending the Legos, I'm learning, I'm helping. You know what I'm saying? Like we are achieving because when we first started, we was just like in limbo. We didn't know what was going on and nothing. And then like in the back, I got like the little flower beds because everything is starting to bloom. You know what I'm saying? And so we, you know, was kind of lost and in despair. Now everything is blooming, doing it.
Oh my God.
And then I got all these little eyes on me because now I'm talking about it to everybody I see. So we're gonna show everybody how to take care of our seniors. And guess what?
Wow.
We're planning now for when we become seniors. So it's a lot easier for the ones that's gonna take care of us. All eyes on us.
So look at that. You got everything in there. You are seriously unbreakable. You're happy. You got the sun. You got stuff growing. Oh my gosh. That was unbelievable. Give her a hand, y'all. Oh, okay. I think that was fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. All right. So, now Miss Pamela, you got to top that. Oh no, girl. That's something, right? All right, let me make her bigger. All right, what you got? That's amazing, right? Wasn't that amazing?
Wow.
I
But yeah,
know.
I had this other, oh, it just came off.
Okay.
Just fell off. But yeah, I think similar thing of like being victorious from all the skills that you've learned. Um, and I made it kind of like a different community. So like you've planted what you've learned in other communities, so it's about to grow in that area.
Ah,
Yeah. So other people will take over. Yeah.
so other people will.
We'll be able to take over and also expand the knowledge as well.
So that's you on the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and what does the pink flower represent?
Oh, this is just like a planting the idea and knowledge in other communities as well.
Ah, look at you. Oh, and I love that. I love that you use the ladder too.
Yeah.
To, you know, you can climb up it. You can help other people. That ladder's hot. Yeah, I love it because you're sitting way up high so that you can't break. I love that. High up. That is perfect. Give her a hand. Fabulous. All right. I tell you, fabulous job. All right. So that leaves Miss Vanessa.
Okay.
Yes,
Mine,
ma'am.
like the other ladies, is a symbol of just kind of reigning. This was more like my throne. I've achieved a lot and have gained a lot, so it kind of has me
Oh,
elevated,
yes.
enjoying my success with, the skills that I've learned and implementing new ideas and ways to overcome barriers in caregiving.
Wow.
Not very
Overcoming.
complex, just the basic kind of um, symbolism.
Basic but profound too. So let's see, what I want y'all to do is everybody hold theirs up. I want to take a picture of the whole screen so I can show the unbreakable piece. And let's see if y'all can hold it up. And let's see. Wait, let's see. Can you get it up there, Miss Monica? Oh, there we go. All right, let's see if we can get it. Look at y'all. That is perfect. Oh, she got like one in each hand. Look at that. Get mamas in there. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think I got it. That was perfect. So what I want to end with, let me go back to the share in here. That was absolutely fabulous. To sort of recap what we've done. I think the whole reason that DFA wanted to do this for Prince George's North County this evening was to have a little fun with a tool that not many of us have worked with in a long time. I mean, I think a lot of us have done stuff with our kids, but not something to use as a mechanism to help us solve problems or reduce barriers and all that. But I love that you bought your mamas. Love it. Love that you included them. They had their own little bricks. They built stuff. I hope y'all took pictures of what they built. That was fabulous. But I also hope that you feel like as we, end and go away this evening, that if you are feeling down, if you're feeling that you're about to break, get the Lego bricks out and, build a little bit. And so I want you to take away, and I hope you took pictures of you as an unbreakable caregiver. You have so many skills and you have a lot of energy behind this. I can just tell that from what we've done tonight. And so I want you to just remember this time. So anytime that you're feeling like you're about to break, go back to those skills that you just talked about, reducing things that are in your way, overcoming barriers, using your new skills, finding tools, showing everything you've learned, growing, loved it, going up that ladder, all these things. I love how you use the eyes too, looking for that right solution or resource to help you be unbreakable. So you all really exceeded my, expectations. And, I really thank you for participating in this. And I really wasn't kidding that my friends come over here to play with my thousands of Lego bricks to build stuff and help them on their bad caregiving days. So just remember to hold on to the bricks, take over, that therapy when you really need it, and set aside time, especially since Mama loved this so much. Set aside some time, once or maybe even twice a week, so that you can, experience this again. You can make your own topics. What inspired you that day, whatever it was. The weather was nice, the sun was out. I loved how we had the sunshine in a couple of our builds. So I hope you will make some time to, do this in the future too. And I hope you had a good time this evening. The picture there with my mom was so fascinating. As I said at the beginning, she played with her little Lego bricks until the end. That picture was taken the day before she died. And so she never put the Lego bricks down. Just amazing how alert, she actually was. And she didn't have enough strength to hold them up at that point, but she slid them all around her blanket. And I just love that it was a tool that we could enjoy for 58 years. And, I will absolutely miss her, but she knows that I am going to get back on that road and continue the legacy that she and I started together. So I hope that you enjoyed this activity and might want to, do it again at some point. So anybody have any closing comments? What do you all take away from this? You're unmuted, Miss Vanessa. So what did you take away from this?
I'm just glad to get them out of the package and get going. I've been dying just keeping them in this packet here. So this will be something that Mom and I do probably a little earlier during the day when.
Yeah. Sure, absolutely.
But
absolutely.
It's really been an eye opener as to what you can do and where your imagination can take you with the Legos.
And look at your imagination. Look at the things y'all came up with.
Yeah.
You built barriers. You took barriers down. You built bridges. And I use bridges a lot in working with families because, as you know, a lot of times when you're caregiving and you're doing it as a group, sometimes there's sibling issues. And then I've broken a lot of barriers with siblings with some Lego bricks. People wasn't speaking at the beginning of the session. And then all of a sudden, all was well. Because, Lego bricks, just to be honest, it takes the personalities out of it. So, we just want the best for Mom or Dad. We don't necessarily want to argue about it. And so, I got them to build, strategies to not kill each other. And so it worked out, it works pretty well. So, that's pretty cool. So, but thank you so much for Miss Monica, you have any closing comments for us?
I just want to say this was just a wonderful experience. It ended up being a family experience over here.
Yes.
So now everybody wants Legos. My 9-year-old, that was Kimaya, and she every time we, when it's a holiday or birthday or anytime, she gets the Lego building kit. So she built cars and all of that. So she had her little thing, and I mean, it was just, she was in the driver's seat and she was driving the car, and even the little motor was moving and everything on there. I'm like, I was like, that is just like so ingenious what she did and everything.
She got it going on.
Yes. So, this a family building thing. So my sister just came in and her daughter, and they're all excited about the Legos. My niece about to put it on her YouTube channel, all excited and stuff about us building and everything.
That's so cool.
She's excited about Mom building, but really
that's very impressive.
Because we don't really think about the different emotions that we're going through, like what the barriers are, how to overcome the barrier. Because sometimes we get stuck just on the barriers, and so we got to learn how to get over the hurdle and get to the finish line. And once we do, it makes the journey much easier.
I think that's so true. I'm going to put my email and my cell phone number in the chat here, and so please reach out to me if you have any questions.
Well, we about to gas up the Winnebago and get on the road.
I know, right? And that's and that's so funny. If my husband was here, he would say, You know, that is such a you know, it's such a cool thing, because that was our, you know, that was our big dream. We were going to go and do this on the road, and you know, I took time off of my job. We were going to do that, and he died while we were up in New York camping. And so I promised him I would keep going, and so I did that. So a long time it was just me and mom. My mother outlived everybody, my husband, my sister, her siblings. It was just me and mom. So now it's really just me. But I think, you know, as you said, I just use this tool, throw the Legos in my little RV and roll on. And so I have seniors building their bucket list and all kinds of crazy things. But this is the work I'm supposed to be doing. And so I'm going to be out there doing it. So Miss Pamela, you have any closing comments for us?
No, yeah, I feel like everyone has said it, but for me, I didn't know I had this imagination in myself. So it was nice to see in block form. And also, like, it's a good reflection time on like how I could use this as an activity, as a family thing, because it was nice seeing Miss Monica and her family doing it.
I know, right? That was the whole family showed up. That was like the best part. That, you know, everybody. I just did it to honor my mom's 93rd birthday on February 18th. We had a huge Lego thing, and I did it during the day too, and we did a big birthday thing, and people came from 7 countries, including New Zealand and Dubai, to honor my mom. And I was blown away by it. When she died, you know, because I had put all my stuff on Facebook and LinkedIn, just people watching this journey with us. And so we got condolences for 18 countries. It was crazy that my mom never left the United States, but yet she reached people all over the world. I never thought that anything like that would happen. So I was just so proud of that. But I really agree with you. I think all the other Lego facilitators around the world just joined in with me to celebrate my mom. And so in Australia, it was like 2 in the morning and people were up, and then, you know, in New Zealand it was 6 in the morning. It was crazy. And it was like lunchtime for us. So somebody was on from London as well, and it was 5:00 p.m. They were drinking wine. And so we had people doing all kinds of stuff, but celebrating her. And so, yeah, I'm glad you all are going to think about, you know, including your friends or your family, because it is a really great time. So I had my niece and her kids over here, and we had a whole building thing at that night with ice cream and cake for my mom. So it was an all-day building thing for her on Lego. So thank you all for embracing it and for looking at other ways that you can use it too. So I'm sure we'll do this again in North County. But thank you guys so much for being here. But if you need me, there's my info in the chat box. And I thank you all so much for give yourselves a hand for everything you did, and happy building to you, and give mama hugs for me. I appreciate you.
Will do.
All right.
So much.